to Ocala Talks on a Wednesday. I saw this story in the Ocala Star banner and I went, see, that's my problem right there. That's the issue I have. The headline reads, Ocala homeless man steals unoccupied Marion County ambulance from substation. Then you read the story. It goes, the sheriff's office has arrested a man, accused him of stealing an unoccupied ambulance from an Ocala substation. He told deputies that a woman at the grocery store told him if he didn't steal the motor vehicle and get caught doing so, someone would burn down his father's house. Seems like there may be some mental issues here. The man, age 27, is homeless because of the circumstances of the case, his name's being withheld. Man told deputies that after receiving his directive from a woman, he walked around Ocala on Monday looking for an unlocked vehicle. He saw the ambulance at the substation on 1st Avenue. He took it. Law enforcement officials said the ambulance had been left unlocked with the keys on the top of the center console. Why's that? 2 Marion County Fire Rescue EMS personnel assigned to the vehicle were inside the substation. They did not immediately know the ambulance had been driven away. Once they realized what had happened, they called law enforcement and their supervisors. Deputies were able to monitor the vehicle, which had a tracking device. They stopped it at Northeast Jacksonville Road and County Road 3626. It's about 5 miles away from the substation where it was stolen from. The man listed his address as homeless. He said he once worked for Fleet Management Division of the city of Ocala. That's why he was familiar with ambulances, patrol vehicles, fire trucks, SWAT vehicles. He's booked in the Marion County Jail with a bail of $5,000. He goes back to court in November. He's had several driving while license suspended or revoked convictions, along with other driving infractions. 2 things here. One, the man obviously has some mental issues if he claims a woman told him in a grocery store that if he didn't steal a motor vehicle and get caught doing so, someone would burn down his father's residence. And the reason I know that that's probably a mental health issue, is because you can hear people say, well, the woman at the grocery store told me I had to steal a vehicle or they'd burn down my father's house. Okay. He said steal a vehicle and then get caught. Nobody in their right mind plans to get caught. This guy said that the woman told him he had to steal the vehicle and then get caught in the stolen vehicle, or someone would burn down his father's house. That, I don't know the man, hadn't talked to him, but that sounds like there's some mental health issues going on there, which is, by the way, a lot of times what goes on with our homeless. Because when the state hospitals closed, they just dumped a lot of those people out on the streets. So there's mental health issues are a big issue in the homeless community. But then you got to look at the homeless issue. This is just another example. I've told the story numerous times on this airwaves. How I was eating dinner at Harry's, and a homeless guy come up, asked me for money. I told him, I'm trying to eat. I don't have any money. Please don't accost us. We're trying to eat. He goes, well, you're not eating your damn bread tonight. And he grabbed the entire basket of bread off the table and went running down the square. Here's a guy that went looking for unlocked vehicles with the intent to steal one. That's an issue, folks. And yet a bigger issue to me, why was it unlocked with the keys on the center console? Is that standard operating procedure? If you're a first responder or you know somebody or you've had experience, 622-9622 is SOP, standard operating procedure, to leave ambulances unlocked with the keys on the center console so you can get in quicker, get on the call faster. I don't know what would be the motivating factor behind leaving it unlocked with the keys right there in plain sight for anybody that was up to no good would be able to take the ambulance. Is that standard operating procedure? If it is, it seems a little foolish to me to just leave an ambulance at a substation, even though it's at a substation. That doesn't stop dumb criminals from trying to steal stuff from substations or police stations. And to leave the ambulance unlocked with the keys on the center console, that to me just says, please steal me. That doesn't seem like very smart procedure. And I'm wondering if that is standard operating procedure for the Marion County Fire Department, Rescue, and EMS. That they routinely leave the ambulances unlocked with the keys in plain sight? I hope not. But that's what happened in this case. Is that standard operating procedure? And the people assigned to the vehicle, they were just inside the substation, but they didn't even know the ambulance had been driven off. It's confusing to me how an ambulance is left that unprotected. Law enforcement officials said the ambulance had been left unlocked with the keys on top of the center console. 622-9622, if you know, is that standard operating procedure? I don't know. If it is, they might need to change that standard operating procedure. But it shines a light on the issue of homelessness. It's a very fine line that you walk, because you can't arrest every homeless person. That's just wrong. It's not against the law to be homeless. But Tom, they accost us down to see if they're panhandling or they're accosting you, that's a different issue. But just to say, well, they're homeless, arrest them. No, you can't do that. They have to commit some sort of violation of a crime or an ordinance. You're not just going to be able to do sweeps and take all the homeless people, put them on a bus, and take them 3 cities away, which I know some of you would love that to be what happens. Homelessness is a problem nationwide. We have our fair share of it here in Ocala, of course. But this is a problem nationwide. And it just gets magnified when you see a story like this where a homeless man steals a unoccupied, unlocked, with keys on the center console, ambulance. While the 2 people that assigned the ambulance sat just inside the building where the ambulance was parked. Once again, though, I believe the man had mental health issues, because he says a woman at a grocery store told him that he didn't steal the motor vehicle and then get caught, his father's house would get burned down. So he had to steal the vehicle and get caught, or they were going to burn his father's house down. Does this lady exist? I don't know. Is it a voice in his head? I don't know. But it sounds like there's mental health issues involved. We'll take a break. We'll come back. Tell you about some promotions that happened at the Ocala Police Department, and we'll tell you about a new sculpture that is going to take place, that is going to happen, that brings some light to a law that is now known for the Ocala area because of the dog that the law was about. We'll talk about that next on 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, as we wrap up a Wednesday edition of Ocala Talks on WOCA, The Source.
Tick-tock. The days fly by, and we find tax season is upon us once again. Not to worry, though. With a reputable CPA firm on your side, you can rest assured that all of your needs will be handled in a professional and thorough manner. Robson, Scribner & Stewart is just that firm. They're there for their clients year-round, not just during tax season, to handle your needs and answer any questions you may encounter. At Robson, Scribner & Stewart, there is no client too small or too large. Their expertise ranges from the single individual to the largest of corporations. Get your return prepared by a professional who will use their years of experience to ensure that your tax return's outcome will leave you in the best possible position. Call them today at 694-4184. Robson, Scribner & Stewart. They're there for you today. Again, that number is 694-4184. Time is of the essence, so don't delay. 694-4184.
Are you wasting time boxing up packages and going to the post office or the UPS store? Are you tired of not knowing what you'll pay when you get there? Just Ship offers pickup service and flat rate